us back to the good old days, the feel-good music, and it's Feel-Good Friday, so it's still okay. And of course, it's Valentine's Day. Hi, if you're waking up just now, happy Valentine's to you. I hope your day is coming along pretty well. So we started out, pretty well, and now we want to discuss about a topic that I find it really, really interesting, and I'm looking forward because the panel today is just on fire, all right? So you do not want to miss this part, and that is on the liberated woman. And are we really liberated? Let's just start from there. Are we really liberated? And is it a bad thing, to have a woman liberated? And what does this say in terms of her career, marriage, relationships, choices that she has to make in life? Well, we will have that conversation just about now. And my panel today, like I said, I'm so excited to have them because they are on fire. And of course, we have Charles Mutua, student at Daystar University. Karibu sana.
Asante.
And Fatma. I am so excited to have you because I know this is one of the topics that you're like, you know what, yeah, let's just have it and let's see how it goes.
Really?
So I think I'll just start with you.
Yeah.
Are we liberated? First of all, let's just start from there. And then we'll talk about then what does it mean to be liberated in just a bit.
I think we could have started with what's liberated.
All right. Okay, fine. Because I wanted to hear your opinion. Like, are we really liberated?
I don't want to say yes
or
no. Maybe they're in the middle,
Yeah.
because with the liberation and its meaning, it depends where everyone looks at it from.
Okay.
Because you look at the more hyped word, it's the modern woman.
Yeah.
Somebody who was confined somewhere, maybe somebody who was a slave somewhere, somebody who has now to get her rights, and there has to be an equality. I mean it, you get it? So when I look at one side of myself, yes, I am.
Okay.
I look on the other one, I say, no, that's not what I wanted to have.
Yeah. All right. So, and we have a man on set, which I think is
Let's
good.
hear him.
and we want to hear your opinion on the same. So Charles, in terms of then the liberation, because you see, I think for us women growing up, since we are, a little girl to a woman, it's like we have our lives sort of planned for us. You, of course, you're born, go to school, after going to school, get married, get children, and all those things. It's like our lives have sort of been planned for us. But now we have a modern woman who says, you know what, fine, I respect that. But then again, this is what I want to be, or this is what I want to do in life or with my life. So is this sort of like a threat to the men and to the society in general?
Well, it's not a threat,
Okay.
of course. Like we are saying, I think women are free nowadays with modernization.
Okay.
I feel
You
they
feel,
are free,
all right.
but it depends with a degree,
All right.
know.
All right.
To what degree are you free? Have you been, you've been maybe caged in some, people think that you're supposed to be, like you're saying that you've been planned, your life has been planned, but to what degree are you free?
Right.
And I think you're free, but not as free. So we can always debate on the freedom and especially the degree of freedom that women have.
All right.
Yeah.
But is it only about freedom? Because you see, I think when we talk about the modern woman, and I think this is the discussion that we always have in the office, where people would tell you, women have lost it. We have forsaken our culture, we have forsaken our values, we have forsaken this and that to become, like women have become more westernized as compared to being, the way tradition and culture, we were the ones that we were brought up in. So then do you think this is the case, like looking at it now? Because things are changing anyway.
I understand the issue to do with, the westernization of things and the way we carry out these things, and especially in those conferences where people say what a man can do, a woman can do better. I know we could discuss that the whole day,
Yes.
the whole week. But again, I just feel, I need to give the woman some space
All right.
to determine the kind of life she wants. Nowadays, ladies want to be career women, and they're saying, you know what, when we are having discussions on the table, this is what I'm bringing. I'm bringing my ideas, my resources and everything. So I think myself, I would just give the woman space
Okay.
to determine herself. Yeah, and again, don't forfeit, of course, what, we have gender roles, that.
Okay, and that is something that I want us to really discuss, because I want to pose this question: what if there were no roles at all? to begin with? Like this, you as a man, you're supposed to do this. You as a woman, you're supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do this as a woman, and you're not supposed to do this as a man. What could happen? What kind of a world will we have? And that is a discussion that we'll have a little bit later. But for you, Fatma, I know you're among those people who are, you know what, fine. Technology, we are advancing and things are changing and all those things. But what you always say is that women should not forget about our cultural values and all those things. But then again, here's the thing. Things are changing. The world is moving fast. The economy, you know, all those things. So, of course, there's a space or a place where a role that a woman has to play. But again, try to balance in the sense that, fine, be a career woman, but don't forget this other aspect of your family, take care of your family and all those things. So can we just do some sort of comparison between now and then? And this is in regards to the expectations of a woman.
You know, Winnie, when we talk about the woman liberation or the woman empowerment, the girl child, it has a lot of names.
Has a lot to it, yeah.
You know, woman to economy, it has a lot of names. But the truth of the matter, if I can tell you, actually, this was not our problem.
Okay.
Yes, we had our own issue in our African setup.
Yes.
But this is a foreign thing that was brought to us. And if you can go down to those meetings and whatever that transpired, the movement started in Europe in 60s. And when it started in Europe, okay, they had meetings, Mexico, Copenhagen, and then Nairobi, and then back now to the famous Beijing.
Yeah.
And when this movement came, it was like now again we are having our common enemy. And you know who's the common enemy? The man.
Okay.
So we are not talking about education here. So if I'm to talk about a woman liberation in education, I'm talking about woman liberation in maybe, okay, you used to be beaten by your husband, you used to be done this. Yes,
Which
that's what
still
I
happens.
can agree.
Yeah.
I can agree. But remember now, the girl child is protected in all angles, laws everywhere. Right now, touch a woman. And now I ask, you normally say you are beaten.
Yeah.
Right now, we have men who are beaten by their wives.
It's true.
Where do they go to? First and foremost, we say, no, this one is a very stupid man. Why is he beaten? You see? So we don't have a leveling ground for the woman and the man. Why? Because the motive, at times I even feel, even today when you told me this is what we are talking, I was like, Winnie, now what are you doing? All the arms will be up. And you know our friends are there doing the men's conference.
Yes.
I wish they even called me there to advocate for them, you know. So what I'm trying to say is that there are two ways, the way you're putting it. There are things that problems that we're coming from. I live in a certain area, you live in a certain area. There are problems at certain institutions, certain environments, certain cultures. We cannot adopt a foreign culture to solve our African cultures or our African problems. Because, of course, that's why we are coming and the confusion. So even if I want to talk maybe in Africa, the woman was done. But you see now the problem that we're talking about, they are beyond African problems. So now look at the outcome or look at where we are right now. Whoever we are trying to fight so much is the man. Because even this liberated woman, ask her first enemy. Even when we were being taken to school, I remember when my mother was to give me school fees in the morning, she was telling me, I'm giving, and then she could take that coin and tell me, I want you to go to school and read because this is your husband. So I normally talk about previous information. So what is the previous information we have about this woman liberation? We are always on the run, trying to fight a man, trying to be equal, trying to say we can do things better than, and of course I can tell you and take it to the bank, whether we live we're in 21st century, we go to 22nd, it shall never be equal. Okay. There has to be a space, and it is there. There's a space
Look
for
at
the
Charles,
woman.
he's like, yes, yes,
He's
yes.
like, yes. But there's a space for the woman and the space for the man.
All right.
But the crisscrossing now.
Yes.
The crisscrossing, because somebody somewhere wants to prove a point. And at times when I analyze and when I'm on ground doing these things, and even then sometimes I'm forced to sort issues, I normally say there are only two answers to this, woman liberation. Okay. If the issue was not taken out of context or maybe overblown of something, then the motive was not woman liberation.
Okay.
And comes the question.
Okay.
and I want you to answer me, Winnie, today.
All right, okay. I'll try.
How should we make
Mm-hmm.
the stronger weak by making the weaker stronger?
Okay. I hear you. I hear you.
Are you feeling me?
But now here's my but. Fine, you're saying there can never be equality.
Yeah.
Like we can never be equal, men and women, we can never be equal. Which I think, okay, there are various areas, there are various avenues. There's career, there's of course the aspect of family, you know, relationships, career and all those things. Exactly. But then again, when it comes to, I mean, first of all, our roles, in terms of even physical, we're different. So we can never be the same on that. Good. The way we think and we are made is different. Yes. So we can never be the same on that note. But aspects of career, all right, the rights, I think we can be equal on that, where, because back then women were not allowed to even take up certain careers because ini ya wanaume, all right, or even are not allowed to take up certain salaries because I am a woman, I cannot be paid more than a man, all right. So I think that is where then the problem is, because again, if we are trying to say we can never be equal in terms of our roles and the way we think and the way that genetically we are made up, we're different. But in other areas like career and all those things, I think we can be equal. Agree. And I want Charles' contribution on this, because he was like, yes, we can never be equal. But there's some areas where we can.
Like Winnie,
we can exercise equality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Winnie, what my friend is saying, I think sometimes there is, sometimes we become too radical.
Okay.
When you're given an opportunity as a woman, do you rise up to the expectations and standards of that particular office or task that you've been given? Because sometimes I feel when you're told become, when you want to be the president of this country, determine yourself to a point where people will just have to say yes, it is Winnie and it is her. You need to prove yourself. I was in agenda class I think last week. And we had different comments from women, and there's a lady who said, you know what, I wished my man would get pregnant for me and I just go.
They're going over, no, you get it.
Okay. So sometimes we have overlapping of issues, and there's a way, I mean, prove yourself. Don't be, I think we have a lot of radical feminism that is negative.
Now you brought up another word, and that is on feminism, which I think everybody is a feminist. There's some people who say, me, I'm not a feminist, but
every lady is a feminist.
Not every lady, even the guys, even the men are feminists.
All ladies are feminists.
In this sense, all right? There are other areas that we support our women. For instance, let's say a lady gets married, right? And she has, her career going and all those things, and then the man supports her. You think that is being a feminist in some way, all right? It's not like we're promoting, disrespect and, trying to put down the man and all those things. No, that is not being a feminist. That is something else. But in terms of supporting a woman's ambition, supporting a woman's decisions as well, there's nothing wrong with that, is there?
There's nothing wrong with that, Winnie. And what I can tell you, and I repeat it again, the way you are putting it. Yeah. When you talk about career, career is an angle on its own. Yeah. Charles mentioned about a woman becoming a president, and I agree, and I will be the first one to vote. Yeah. My first question will be, and I would want to ask our incoming lady president, will you be a president for the nation? Yes, I will be. And what about your home? Will you take your presidency to your home? To your home. You get it? Because now, when you realize about the liberated woman, we don't have a problem with this woman in the office. This one I want you to agree with me. We don't have a problem. We don't have a problem with women doctors. We don't have a problem with ladies lecturers. We don't have we have teachers, ladies who are doing so well. And if there's anything that has happened to us ladies, I'm telling you that's the best. That's the best. Because of course we can be able now to tackle issues out of there. But now, when we talk about the woman liberation, where does it narrow it back? You get it? So there's a comparison of two, because they can, if there's a woman already, there's the opposite side, there's the man. So when we talk about why are we not having the level, the two leveling ground, because we'll be talking about a liberated woman and a liberated man, then now we can ask who is better here. Okay. You get me? All right. Okay. So, yeah, so if we don't have that kind of a ground, then again there's a problem somewhere. All right. Look at even the university intakes. Okay. There's always a minimum, ladies, entry, this point.
Yeah.
Men
and for
entry,
the men,
you get
this
it?
point as
So where is
well.
the equality there?
Okay.
Look at political angle.
All right.
So whenever we go all the angles and take it round, you'll realize there's no equal ground. So when we want to liberate this woman, who is her comparison?
All right.
So who am I going to compare her with?
Okay. All right. So, and hold that thought. Let's listen to this song, you know, by a famous reggae artist. It's called what? Lord Errol? Lord Larrell. All right.
Larrell, yeah.
And of course, you know, in terms of the liberated woman, and then we'll be right back and get your views on the same. So, of course, and I want to just read some of the lyrics for you, all right? And, you know, to see a woman ruling the husband and, of course, saying you got to wash, you don't forget to cook or see about the children and all because you have to go play cricket and play football. All right? So imagine that kind of a world where, of course, the roles you know, are different. Or in terms of, you know, the government. And let's talk about the government because we were talking about that before we went for break. This is what he's saying. There will be a woman government. There will be, that's, okay, yeah, that I can't. For in parliament, there will be only discussing people business. Will be, she said, oh yeah, like, you know, the way as we talk about other people's businesses. So what he's saying is when women get into power and government, so we're talking about other people's business and not really the business of the country. What do you feel? What do you say, Fatma?
Actually, that's the concept that has been there, that we have to talk about people and talk about people's business.
Yeah, but instead of focusing on what's important.
Gossip or discussion?
Yeah, more or less like gossip.
Yeah. Of course, it's gossip, Charles. You don't get it right. It's gossip.
Yeah.
So, you know, okay, we are related with gossips. And I don't want to call it's a character, feminine. But you realize a woman, or maybe a mother, or maybe a lady, or a girl, as I put it earlier, has her roles. And sometimes, because of, you know, you're normally called social animals, you know, whereby we are just so much attracted to social life, dressing, good styles, and that's where maybe the talking comes from. But when we narrow this woman down, as I said earlier, she has a lot of effect in the society. You get me?
Okay.
She has a lot of effect, a very positive one, because you realize even Charles is telling you the other time they're in gender class, somebody saying, I wish they can get pregnant.
Yeah.
You see, now we are not even stopping now. Now we want them again to become
pregnant.
You see?
But I think this is because most of the men, okay, this is what I've had. Most men don't understand what labor is. And they'll tell you, it's not even as that painful. So someone would say, I wish you were pregnant so that you understand.
No, we don't need to wish them to be pregnant.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing boils down to the run. I'm talking about a race. Because every time I look at Charles, I just want him to be like me. And for sure, right now where we are currently, where we are, we have really managed to bring them down.
Okay.
Now, who is the first victim? It is us as women. We are the same now complainers.
Okay.
This man are not working, they are like this, they are like this, they are like this. But you see, where the man empowerment was supposed to come at par with the girl, it was not done. Where the boy child was supposed to be brought up with the child. So you realize now we are the first complainers. Why? Because we are the recipient now. We are receiving whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
Whatever race that we were running, now we are on the receiving end.
Yeah.
And the main question to this liberated woman is that, are you happy now? This is what you wanted? You wanted to go to work? Okay, now you're working. Go back to your children. What are we having back at home? Where are we having all these broken families? Where are we having all these issues, gayism, lesbianism, you know, ruling out or facing out of culture, ruling out or facing out of spiritual aspects, and bringing in the secular. You get it? So, because with secularism, that's where we talk about. We talk about, now here I am, my rights, I want this, I have to do this, without even asking yourself the effect that it's going to, it has to other.
But can we have, like, you see the way they say marriage, or it's a partnership, right? So, because what you're saying is, fine, the woman empowerment and all those things, of course, came about with all these vices and all those things. Does it always to be a woman's fault, though? Like, so, and I want you to answer this, because again, Fatma is like, listen, we have sort of forsaken our roles. We have, you know,
other ambitions.
Yeah, and we've had other ambitions, and then right now the girl child is over-empowered and the boy child is just there, and then there's so many things that are happening. Does it always to be a woman's fault?
Winnie, I don't want to blame on anyone.
Yeah.
But of course, my viewpoint is we are here, and this is a situation, and what can we do about it? Because when we start tracing about these things, we'll go back to the Bible and start asking questions. There's a time I was asking my lecturer, why didn't we have a female disciple to Jesus? And totally it was like, okay, I never saw that coming.
Yeah.
Can we have, you know, what
But they were not disciples. But remember the ones who went to the tomb and they found Jesus was not. I mean, this is, like you say, this is a discussion that we can have over and over and over again. They were not like actively disciples who were following Christ over. But again, they had a role. They had their specific roles. And they were the ones who actually came and announced that he was not there.
It was
all right? Yeah, so they had their own roles. They were not there actively with Jesus. But again, I mean, this is the discussion that we can have over and over and over again, but not to digress, but yeah.
I was telling my friend, the discussion that I do with my father right now is, Dad, habari yako, mzuri, school fees ngapi? This amount, and that's the discussion. And I'm telling her that I am raised, I'm feeding a lot from my mother, of which I am able to see the gaps between the two of them, of which I want to be responsible, yes?
Yeah.
But like she's saying it, you're putting a man down, and again, you go give birth to a man. You put a man down and you go give birth to a man that you've already brought down. So who will be, you know, at the end of the day, who will be suffering? You know, as much as you want me, again, you brought me down, you want me to take responsibility as a man, you brought me up, you're like, you're not working, you're not doing anything in the house. You know, I'm just around, you know, just playing, you know, it's just feeling too, you know, too arrived, you know. And I think we need to do something about it.
All right. But now here's the thing, like you're saying that it's a problem already, then we need to do something. What is that thing that we need to do? Because you see, I think most of us look at the liberation and modernization of a woman as a bad thing, but we can actually look at it on the brighter side. I mean, the woman has been empowered, which is good. She can now make decisions on her own. She can, you know, go work and bring something again to the table. So it's not like all bad and all gloomy. I mean, it has helped in a way. And that aspect of putting the boy child down, I think for a very long time, the man has always been empowered and women were just playing catch up. So then when this aspect of then empowering the girl child so that she can support, she can have, Fatima is like, she can help, she can support, you know, the man or the boy child in the society so that together we can grow.
Yeah. You know, I want to help Charles. You've asked him a very good question. Would always be the women or the ladies to complain. And I will tell you, we are the first complainers. We are the first one who shouted.
But
we are oppressed, we are oppressed, we are oppressed, and we started the movement.
Yeah.
True or false?
But it's true, women were oppressed at that time.
And I don't have a problem with that, really. But you see now, on the course of trying to liberate ourselves, we didn't know that whatever we are going to, it's going to bring in more, whatever we asked for. Yeah. It's going to bring in more chaos. Because right now, the families are at limbo. You get it? Because you realize now, this you're talking about the biblical thing. I read Bible. You're talking about the women or the ladies who went to the tomb and find that Jesus was not there as per the Christian faith. You know why? Because if you want to follow, you'll see the definition of a woman. Because a woman, when your child is sick, when your child is unwell, when your husband is not at home, when your brother, even if you're a single mother, even if you're a single, even if your dad passed away, a woman would hardly sleep. Yeah. That's the nature.
She's always on the move to ensure everything's okay.
You get it? No, now I'm on defining the roles now. But now, because now I'm liberated, I want now Charles, not even him, as I'm not sleeping, I want him not to sleep now. And if he sleeps, now I have all the accusation for him. No, this is not the kind of a man that I would want. This is not the kind of man. So it's true, the situation is here with us. And the situation is not what we really wanted. This is not how we want it. We are losing it. Everything is losing because we don't, right now, first and foremost, we don't have husbands. Because go to anywhere and man, the slogan is there. The slogan is there, you know it. I didn't bring it up, it's there. Everybody, even the sign is there.
Yeah.
You know,
Waiting for the Lord.
come to our children now. Because once I stop doing my role, it is always be replaced with others.
Yeah.
And remember, I used a wrong way in tackling my problems. So whatever will follow, my children, the man, all of them will start coming down. And as they come down, again, now you can look at the liberated woman that
Yeah.
you're talking about, Winnie.
Yeah.
Look at her at 40 and 50. She is the most loneliest because she feels nobody understands me.
Yeah.
Even her children, she complains because the time you're supposed to be there. Okay, mom, yes, go work. Yes, mom, go. Let's get all our PhDs and masters. Let's do anything that we can. But don't stop becoming the woman.
Okay, I totally get what you're saying in terms of fine, the empowerment came, but then again, women used it, let's say, in a negative way, in the sense that now we want everything on our side, and then we sort of forsake the men and forgetting that we need each other to grow and prosper and all those things. But Charles, fine. So everybody feels that the woman has been overly empowered. They say overly empowered, and the boy child has been left on their own to, you know, struggle and sort of now it's the man who's playing catch up.
Sure.
So then you as a man, what do you think needs to be done to ensure that, you know, we do not lose, you know, our values and traditions and all those things in our roles, which Fatma's saying it's very, very important. I totally agree. It's very important for all of us to just understand our roles so that together we can grow and flourish. So then what do we need to do? Because the problem is already here.
Yeah.
And even the generation that is coming up, most of them, the young child or the young girls, most of them actually compared to the men, most of them actually go to school, and the, you know, the number of boys in schools as well is relatively low. So then what do you think needs to be done?
Even before I respond, I was telling her that the reason as to why ladies are dating boys and not men is because of the same things that we were talking about. Just to give something, I think this is my very own view, that, you know, we can complain and say so much, but you know what? Whatever is placed in the hands of women, they multiply. That one for me is outstanding.
Okay.
Give them something good, they multiply the
They
goodness.
multiply, absolutely.
Give them
yes.
something bad, you know, they will
They
multiply.
give you a ton.
Yeah.
That
Normally
one
called a ton.
we
Yeah.
have seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes is the way, you see, this thing came to the mind, yeah? And the only way to deal with it is still deal with the mind, you know,
Yeah.
the same source, the same channel. And again, we need to, you know, I was telling her that sometimes as Africans, we are taking international instruments and we are able to implement them so fast without even checking the pros and the cons.
And the cons, yeah.
We need to understand who we are as a people, as Africans. What are we doing and what are we supposed to do? Because right now, a man in Switzerland and Norway is not able to approach a woman and chase a woman. So the woman nowadays is like, man, you know what, you are shifting today, so can I help you shift? After you shift, you decide, the woman decides not to come back.
Okay.
So we don't want to
alright.
get to such a point where,
Yeah.
you know, ladies in Africa don't go confessing, I love you, you know.
Yeah.
You lose it. You know,
Yeah.
you want the man to chase.
To do the
and I
chasing.
think I was born to chase,
Yeah.
not to be chased.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then the roles have sort of shifted. So we need to go back to
Yes.
our initial roles. Okay, and then Fatma, then in terms of marriage, liberation and marriage, I mean, we have other caveats that we can talk about, and that is money, education and property and, you know, all other areas. But let's just focus a little bit on marriage. Do you think then the liberation, I mean, we talked about earlier on about how then the gender roles have changed and then
yeah.
women have some sort of expectations towards the men and the men vice versa. But then again, how is this affecting, you know, our marriages today? And that is the liberation, of the woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, you know, it's really affecting. In fact, as Charles is putting it, the divorce rates are very high.
Yeah.
And you see, still previous information.
Okay.
When I come to this marriage and he comes to this marriage, all of us already, we have a preperceived mind.
Yeah.
I know this is my oppressor. I know he's going to bring me down.
Yeah.
And before I even put those fundamentals or foundation of marriage, my first scheming is to ensure that I also bring him down. On him on the other side, when I come in as a woman, says, so now these ones are the ones that now they have even big horns. Now this one, since she knows so much, I will allow her to do it.
Yeah.
Because of course a man is not born for competition. He cannot, that game he doesn't know. We are very good at that. We can talk and talk from morning to the evening.
Yeah.
Him, 2, 3, 4 words,
And
he's
that's
quiet.
it. Yeah.
And he doesn't have anything else to give you. So, of course, it has really affected our marriage, because by the time you come into this marriage, you already have a set up mind that me, I'm coming here. If it's going to work, fine and good. If it's going not to work, I'm going to go get my divorce. We are going to have 50-50 shares of the assets and everything that I have. And remember, on this other side, majority of us ladies normally have our assets on our own. This one we even advised by our mothers.
Yep.
If you're getting
For
a
the
car,
rainy day.
you are even called. You're even called in the morning. Fatima, you're going to purchase a car. Make sure your name,
It's in your name.
title deed, it's in your name. So when
Yeah.
I'm going, I pack my car, I pack my everything, and I go. But whatever this man has, so you see this fear, because every human being has a fear. Every human, no matter what you do, you have a fear instinct. So you realize that true, it has boiled down to our marriage. True, the man right now, the current men or the current husbands that we are having in our marriage, they are playing a second fiddle. And it's like, I don't want issues with you, because if I have issues with you, I'll have issues with the government. If I have issues with the government, I'll have issues with the so he is tend to bring himself so low. And that's why you see he's really not connecting with the father. Even me, I don't connect with my father, because it's hi, how are you? I'm good. Nothing more. But the mother is all over.
Yeah.
Now the main question, and the marriage question that you're asking about, we all need husbands. I don't want to talk about the girl child.
Okay.
Already she's empowered, she's far ahead, and she's going. But this girl child will need a husband. And this husband, I'm the same woman whom I'm raising up this
The
boy,
child,
the boy,
yeah.
the boy. And of course, there's that gap. I don't want to call it gender gap, but it's there.
Yeah.
Because the husband and me, we are totally approaching different this child.
Yeah.
And of course, the woman part is felt more than the man. So the main question, how can I as a woman tap a man? That one you cannot as a woman. You cannot bring up a man. That's why you realize even in our cultural, in our spiritual lives, there was always an identification. Even if the man, maybe the man of the house passed away, even if there was a divorce, there was always the uncle, there was always the grandfather, there was also there was another man behind this child.
A father, sort of like father figure.
Father figure.
to raise
So
them.
if this father figure is not there, and this is the child that we are bringing up, it's now Charles in the university, and he's really crossing well with the mother. And remember, when Charles goes home, he's like a mama's boy. Charles can't wash the dishes, but mine washes. My boys washes. Charles can't mop the house.
Yeah.
So even if when the right time comes for Charles to go and get married, he cannot even be able to know where he's going to start to help there. Because the previous information that he has, it is the woman who is in front.
Yeah.
So even when he's in the marriage setup, he'll be expecting the woman to be on the lead.
Yeah.
So now again, we come back again complaining. We are the
Yeah.
same people who brought them up. They're the same husbands,
I hear you.
and then now we
Okay.
come complaining.
Okay.
They cannot do.
They cannot do A,
anything.
B, C, and
Yeah.
D. Okay, I hear you. So then for Charles, in terms of, and I want you to talk about choices. Fatima is saying, you know what, every woman should have a husband. Yeah. You know where I'm going with this.
I can see you.
So in terms of, I mean, because right now, so many things are happening, like what you're saying, that the divorce rate is going really, really high. And let's say there's this woman here who is empowered. She has her career going. I mean, her life is just okay. And she decides, you know what? I don't want to get pregnant. I do not want to get married. You know, that aspect of choice. Like, fine, this is what the society expects of me as a woman. By this age, I should be married. By this age, I should have a child. By this age, I should have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But for her, she's like, you know what? I do not want all those things. So then what happens to this woman? And for you as a man, because most men will be like, really, like, what's that? You know, and all women should be married, all women should have a child, all women should do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then for you as a man, if a woman decides, you know what, I do not want all of that. Me, I want to focus on my career and just build me.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
But at the same measure, we have given you, we'll give you choices. Yeah.
Okay.
And we in a world where people choose what they want to do and determine what their life would be.
Yeah.
But still, in the same measure, there's a woman who wants to get a child but not get married.
Get married, true. There are.
So in the other aspect is where women say, he used me. So now don't you think you used me?
No, in terms of, no, for this particular woman who has decided, I do not want a husband, I just want a child. And for most of them, Charles, come on. You
What
hear
is
these
the-
things.
what
you
is
see
the
these
venue?
things.
Yeah.
You see these things. No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But you see, for her, this is what she wants. She's not like because there are deadbeat dads out there. I mean, let's be honest. They just come, get you pregnant, and then they disappear. But there are these women who decide, I just want to get your child. That's it. If you want to be the child's life, fine. But it's not like you have to be here and take care of this child. Because me, I just want a child, and that's it.
Yes, Winnie, I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. But again, Winnie, I want the society to understand who a man is.
Okay.
And I'll tell you for sure, being a man is difficult. Even the men in the house, they know. Yeah,
It's
they know.
difficult.
It is difficult.
Yeah.
And a man is a being that has been invested with direction and leadership. And this has been borrowed from what Miles Monroe teaches about men. If today, even in the house, even when my mother is there and my father is away, I need to be the person who is bearing direction in this particular home. Even if my mother came before me, sometimes I bear direction. And if today I was married, and sometimes I know sometimes ladies get to a point where you think you're broken, yeah? And you know you're looking for space to vent, you know, and say and comfort. And you're like, you know what, Charles, today I have an issue. You come crying and say, you know, Charles, I have an issue. And you ask, I don't know what to do. What can we do?
Yeah.
Then at the same Charles who is in this studio say, you are my woman. I even don't know what to do. What can we do? You know, taking the same question back to the origin.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not being a man. A man is someone who needs to give direction. Whether it is the wrong one, we go, but we also find the right one as we tracing back our roots. We need to give direction.
What if I have an idea that will steer us to the right direction and save us a lot of time?
You came to me saying you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be an object where I'll give you hopelessness.
How about can we figure this out together then?
You will come on board, but I'll give you direction. I'll give you something.
Okay, and we love that. We love that when you give directions and all those things. Again, not forgetting our roles. Okay, then, so we have very limited time to end this. So then what do we do to ensure that we use this liberation of a woman, empowerment of a woman to our advantage? And not our as in as female, but our advantage as a society so that we grow together. Because there's so many parts to it. I mean, if this woman is not empowered, expected to be home all the time, don't have a career, all those things, what if the man dies? The woman either remarries or the brother to the husband then takes charge and marries her, or she'll fall down to poverty, and of course the children will suffer and all those things. So nobody wins in this particular situation. So then what do we do to ensure that we empower the woman? Yes. But still, you know, remember our values and all those things, and then use all of that to ensure that we bring up a holistic, you know, society or generation without necessarily being, you know, putting one down and over-empowering the other. But I'll start with you and then we'll come back to Charles.
Let me talk it very fast.
Yes.
And come to the issue that you are asking about a woman makes a choice. I don't want to get a child. Maybe I want to get a child. I don't want to get married. Or I want to get married and it's either.
Want a child. It's either.
So the one thing I'll tell you, procreation instincts, they are inbuilt, born.
Yeah.
But out of now the outcoming of the dynamism of the issues that are coming, the liberated woman, men are like this, men are like this, marriage is like this. Now we tend to start going towards finding solution, thinking that we are helping ourselves. One thing I'll tell you, we really have a hard time containing this liberated woman. Because at a certain time, it reaches, it's true, you didn't get married, your young girls got married, you know, you're a loner. Now she's the same person dating like the other woman. And she says, I'm comfortable. But as years taps in, as years goes in, you realize even her herself, she confesses, I wish I knew. This is not one case, two cases, three cases, but I can tell you they are outside there. Yes, on the face, the cosmetic is there. I'm doing fine, I have a house, I'm doing this, I'm learned. But deep in her, because the procreation instincts are natural instincts.
Instincts, yeah.
You remember the nature? They are natural. So yes, for now you'll do your choice. But remember, not all choices are always right.
It's true.
So back to the issue of how we are going to help. Number one, we have to appreciate that the man and the woman, they are the only two human beings in the world. So we are not competitors. You see, I should not go to learn. I should not, maybe like me, sometimes I'm a late bloomer. I should not go there blooming so that I can come to bring him down.
Yeah.
Let me go, do whatever I'm doing. Let me do my business. Let me do my work. Let me go to school. Let me drive. Let me do. But I appreciate my partner. I appreciate the man. Because if I appreciate the man, it means, okay, fine, right now we are having these problems. Everybody's crying. But one thing that we are going to ensure is that the tomorrow generation, they are going to bring them up knowing that here we are not competitors. And we bring in our cultural values. We bring in our spiritual individualism, whereby everybody, there's where you believe, there's where you get your understanding on how the setup is. So with that and a lot of civic education, of course, the way we are doing
it's important. It's very important.
Somebody else even doesn't know what's catching him or her.
Exactly. Yes. Okay, I like that.
He asked me the same there. I told him, no, I even gave him there. He was asking me, why is this? Why? I don't know. You see, it's all boiling down here. Because now, if I'm the same woman whom I'm complaining about the man, I'm the same woman who I have those boys because they'll be the tomorrow husband. And yet, my husband cannot talk, cannot say anything. Then what am I bringing up? So the problem will roll and roll, and we will never at best.
Let's not compete. Let's just support each other. Okay, Charles, 30 seconds.
Winnie, for me, I think the best solution that we can ever have is we are different. We are different and we work differently. And let me tell you one thing with women, they are so detailed. And I'll give you for a fact where stories where a bachelor, has been working in a big shot, office. He has a lot of money. But at the end of the day, at the end of the month, the same person receiving a lot of money and salary at the end of the month is short of money at the end of the month. But these guys stabilize. Things start moving once they get married. And I think we need to understand our lines.
Okay.
I'll see a vision. I want to buy an aeroplane. I'll see the picture of the aeroplane, but my woman will see the details towards getting that aeroplane. And I think once we on that line, then I think things will be better. Then we need to care for one another.
Okay. You're right. It's important. It's important.
We need to stop races.
Yes.
Because where will the winner go, Charles? I compete with you, my husband. Where will the winner go?
I like that. Okay. Let's understand our roles. Do not compete. Support one another. Use the aspect of liberation to liberate one another. Let's just say that. Do not put one down and the other one is overly empowered. Okay, so and that is where we end our discussion today. But like we promised you earlier on, we'll be showing you how to make easy and healthy breakfast, especially during this day, all right? Valentine's Day. And of course, it's still very early in the morning, so you still have some time to prepare the same. And we have Chef Ernest with us, who is over there in the kitchen, of course, setting up or putting up a few things over there. So Chef Ernest, what do we expect today? All right, okay, so we'll be joining Chef Ernest in just a bit, but for now, let's get back to some more music, and then we'll be right back and showing you how to make healthy and easy breakfast during this Valentine's Day. Stay with us. And right now, we are in a different, setup, and that is on this set, where we want to prepare some really, really nice, yummy, very healthy, and very easy. The secret is easy, all right? Breakfast, especially for Valentine's Day. And like we said, the morning is still young. So we want you to have not only, show some signs of romance here and there by preparing breakfast for your loved one, but easy and healthy breakfast. And of course, Chef Ernest is here with us today to help us with that, take us through some of the things that we can do or prepare today, this very day. So happy Valentine's, first of all. I can see you in the mood, with all the red going on. I have some red shoes, so it's okay. I'm still in the mood for Valentine's. But thank you so much for coming by today, Chef Ernest. So what are we preparing today?
Today what we're going to be preparing, we're going to be preparing arrowroots.
Okay.
and sweet potatoes.
Oh, lovely.
We want
Okay.
to make a saute, something with a little bit of a sauce thick.
Okay.
And then on top of that, we're going to do a poached egg that is going to go on top.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
we're trying to give it a little bit of balance.
Yes.
Because this is more carbohydrates.
Yep.
And here we get
Protein.
our proteins.
Yeah.
And then we're going to finish off with the juice. Since we want to bring that finesse here and get red,
Okay.
we're going to do some beetroot,
Beetroot,
and
yes.
some watermelon.
Ooh,
Yeah, so
yum.
we're going to blend them, and then that we're going to finish off because we're trying to do healthy.
Yeah.
So instead of actually using sugar, we're going to use honey.
Honey. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the combination. Sounds yummy, and like you said, it's healthy. We do not want to give people food that's not healthy on Valentine's Day. Come on. No, not today. All right, chef, so you get started. I need to wash my hands so that I can help you with one or two things in the kitchen. But take us away. And I like that what you're doing with the, an aspect of sauteing instead of just boiling.
Yeah.
The normal boiling of the potatoes and arrowroots. So I think that is really cool.
So to start off, what we're going to do, right there we have our oil is heating up.
Okay.
So what we're going to do with the arrowroots and the sweet potatoes, we are going to actually deep fry them first before we actually saute them.
Saute, okay.
Yeah,
All
so for those who are wondering how we cut them, you can cut them thin because if you're going to deep fry, you want them to stay in the heat for too long. So you want them thin slices so that it goes all the way through real fast. And then by the time you're done with it from there, your concasse is ready.
Yeah.
You drop it in and it's done.
And that's it. Because remember, again, you do not have too much time. You need to surprise the person, especially in bed. So if you can do this as fast as possible, then the better. All right.
So here we have this.
This is ready.
So we're going to get our slotted spoon. So this we're going to put in the deep fryer.
Yeah, but to ensure that the oil is well heated.
Yeah, because I'd already started preheating the oil prior. So by now, but always there's a way you can test. Just take one and drop it in.
Ooh, that's ready.
Yeah, because
all right. Okay.
so reduce the heat a little bit because we don't want them to dry on the outside,
yes.
but not go all the way through.
All the way through. Okay. All right. And be careful in the kitchen again.
Again, when you're doing this, especially for the arrowroots, the sweet potatoes, and even just normal potatoes, since they oxidize a lot, that is when once you peel them off, you will notice they start changing color and they start darkening.
Yeah.
So to prevent that, you can either keep them soaked in water, or another alternative, you can call it brining with vinegar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that it doesn't change the color codes again. It doesn't look pretty. Even when you're eating, it's like there's a lot of dark marks, here and there. It doesn't really look good.
It kind of even messes your presentation.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And remember, we're trying to be romantic today.
We're trying to help guys earn points.
Yeah.
So what is left actually at the remnant, this is a little bit of water and a little bit of vinegar that are actually mixed with it to prevent it from changing color.
Okay.
And then now from that, what we're going to do, we're going to start preparing our concasse. So for the
concasse. Hey, okay. All
so
right.
for the concasse, we need the onions.
Can we just say, okay, what's concasse? Like, hii lugha yetu ya kawaida, the one that we understand.
Concasse is like a tomato-based, what do you may say? It's a derivative of tomatoes. It's actually a base for preparing now sauces and even for cooking dishes.
Concasse. Okay, I like that. You can be romantic and still have those terms so that people know this person knows what they were doing. Okay, all right. So we need onions for that.
So we have some diced onions. Based on the amount, we can maybe add like half of it.
Okay, all right. So it depends with the the number of people that you're making this for. Okay.
So we add a little bit of onions. So
I've always wondered how chefs do that. The knife thing and
this actually takes practice because for even me to get here, I'd actually had to cut myself a couple of times. Hiyo lazima ujikate.
But you have to, okay, anyways, all right. So onions, tomatoes.
Onions, tomatoes, and then a little bit of garlic.
Ooh, okay.
We're going to do a little bit of garlic because we want it to have that there's a way garlic just brings a very nice finesse taste.
Yeah.
Even ginger.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they are natural.
Oh yeah, they're very, very natural and very good. I mean, especially for garlic, there are, anti-inflammatory agents in them. So really, really good for, it's health. It's good for your health. Okay. But then again, there's some people who don't like garlic, especially they'll be like, the smell after, no, yeah, it's Valentine's Day. You
no,
don't
but
eat this
the garlic that you're going
with
to
garlic
use,
in your mouth.
when you eat garlic raw, the smell is actually strong, and then it's
bad,
actually really long lasting. But if it's actually fried, the smell kind of fades off. And then now the flavor is now what is going to remain, because that is exactly what you're going to be feeling.
And that is what we're looking for. Okay.
So we're going to check on our arrowroots just to make sure zinaenda salama.
Yeah.
So while these are going on, we have our onions and tomatoes ready.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, this is actually cooking oil. So we're going to light this.
Okay.
I think this one is more
Yeah, please
preferred.
the front one. All right, yeah. Go.
So once we light that, a little bit of
It's
cooking
actually
oil.
off.
Oh. Now there we have it.
Yeah.
So while this is on, we do a little bit of cooking oil.
And then for this one, can you supplement with the other? Like, if you do not have tomatoes in the house, can you supplement with like tomato paste? You have
Yeah,
to do.
you can use tomato paste,
Okay,
but now
alright.
you see that will take away from the
Yeah,
naturality,
the
because
natural,
tomato paste
yes.
has a lot of preservatives.
Yes, and we're trying to go healthy.
Yeah,
so,
we're trying to go healthy. Also, there are those people who tengeneza tomato paste actually adding their own secret ingredients.
Yes.
So I don't know. If you're trying to have it all natural, all pure, I think you
use
just
the
go with the
raw,
core
natural
organic
tomatoes.
ingredients.
I like that. Okay. All right.
So now we are going to, we add some garlic here. We're going to grate a little bit of garlic on the side.
Okay.
We finally grate it. Advantages of using a grater, it kind of even acts like a peeler at the same time when you're doing the garlic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you see now when you're done grating, like
Oh yeah, you
all
have the outer part.
yeah, the outer part, everything stays out.
You know, some of us, what we do, you peel it, wash it, and then do all those things. But we've learned a few tricks here and there, and I like this. I like this aspect of you can just grate it and then removes the peel. So my work's easier because again, remember, like we're saying, you're trying to make breakfast for this person, and we do not have too much time. I like that. Okay.
Trying to help our friends, our fellow men here.
You know, and points.
Wasiende chama. Those guys watarudi kuonekana tena after Valentine's.
Yes. We do not.
I understand even there's a committee. There's a committee for guys who don't have someone for Valentine's. You wanna meet wapi?
Yeah.
Ni kama wako na road trip.
Sindio. But watarundi too. It's okay. You see watarundi too at the end of the day. Do you want me to help you chop anything, cut anything?
What are you comfortable with?
Anything.
Because I need this to be chopped small.
Okay.
But,
diced. Okay.
But I don't know whether you'd mind. First of all, I remove this so that I empty the chopping board for you.
Okay. All right.
So what we're going to do, we're going to fry in the garlic.
All right. Why are we frying the garlic first? Let me just ask that, because most of us do the onions and then you put the garlic after.
In most cases, garlic, since the strong flavor, you should not first of all add garlic in anything that is already pre-cooked.
Wow, okay.
Like a sauce, you add raw garlic and the garlic flavor takes over completely.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So you fry the garlic first.
Okay.
Yeah, to get rid of the flavor. And then now once it's actually, little bit brown, golden, don't let it go all the way through.
Yeah.
Because if it also goes all the way through and burns, it's going to highlight itself actually in your sauce.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing those two spots are black.
Yeah. And again, we're working on our presentation here. So
we're trying to get guys bonga points here.
Okay. All right. So just fry it a little bit until it's what? Doesn't burn, a little bit of golden brown.
Yeah, golden brown.
That's good.
And then you put your onions. You let your onions wilt.
All right.
So as your onions are wilting, we're going to check back on our
on the arrowroot and potatoes. I like this concept because most of us, you just boil them, add some salt, and you're good to go. That's enough for breakfast. But you don't have to do that today. I mean, bonga points. We're earning bonga points today. All right.
So our arrowroots and sweet potatoes are almost ready. So the next thing we're going to do after this, we let our onions wilt just kidogo.
Okay.
As the onions are wilting, we're going to do the eggs, but we need the egg hot. So the egg we're going to poach the egg actually last.
Yes,
so that when we are plating, we get it like still a little bit steamy. Have the egg yellow still running, not completely cooked, so that when you dice on top of the egg, it kind of just overflows on the arrow sauce.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And then for juice, you said we'll make. We have some watermelon and beetroot over there just for the color.
Actually, I have something you can be doing for me.
Yeah. All right. Let me just do that here.
I even have a knife for you.
Ooh. Okay.
So what you can do for me is the watermelon.
Okay.
I just need you to get the skin off.
Okay.
Yeah. And then maybe you can place the cubes in here.
So is there a specific way that you want me to cut it? I don't want to embarrass myself on TV. I'm also trying to add points here.
Or you can start from here.
Okay. And just go down all the way. All right. Okay. That's easy. And then chop them into specific shape.
Yeah. You can do cubes, anything, because at the end of the day, we're still going to be blending them.
All right. Okay then. So let me just remove this.
So we come back to our onions, which now are wilted. So here, what we're going to do, we're going to add our tomatoes. And there you have it. We have our tomatoes in.
Okay.
So we just give it a nice swirl. The essence of a concassé is it's derived from tomatoes. So if you do a concassé without tomatoes, it's actually like missing out.
That's not a concassé. Let's just say there. It's not it.
It's not it as well.
Okay. So you'll be preparing something else. Okay.
You'll be probably cooking, like you'll be preparing a chutney or something. So there we have this is going on.
They're ready.
Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to seal it so that due to the steam, it actually kind of wilts faster.
Okay.
So we save on time. On the other side, our arrowroots and sweet potatoes are ready.
They're ready, okay.
So prior to that, I'd prepared a plate with some, this we used serviettes and paper towels. You can use paper towels, just something to absorb the fats.
The excess, okay.
The excess fats.
Oil. Yeah, all right.
And then also, arrowroots and sweet potatoes actually have a lot of health benefits because first of all, both of them are antioxidants. So on that basis alone, they actually help to curb diseases like cancer.
Yes.
So they have that effect. On top of that, they have big creatine, which actually, when it gets to the body, it's actually turned into vitamin A.
Ooh.
Which I think we all
Double
know.
win. Yeah.
I think we all know the benefits of vitamin A from the eyesight to the immune system.
Yeah.
On top of that, they also actually have fiber. This actually comes in handy when it comes to passing stool and digestion.
Oh yeah, constipation. We do not want cases of constipation here.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
And then also the fiber also helps, especially those guys who have gut. Wale wako na utambi. Actually, this is actually really healthy.
What they need.
Yeah, this is some healthy breakfast.
Okay.
This will help you prevent that gut from extending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But most people will like, ini Mali, eh? Ini Mali.
Actually, that's the new outlook actually of having
but
a
gut.
gut.
But it's not healthy.
Yeah.
Come on. No.
Because if you start telling people, hey, I've made it in life, I'm doing something, they'll ask you, nani aje unakaa uko na njaa hivyo unateseka. So that gut is like evidence.
It is, it's evidence. And even our parents actually use that. They'll be like, wewe ulishi bwana vizuri, you know? Unaona, hana tumbo. But again, we also need to look on the a person's health as well. So it can be a sign of wealth, but again, it's not good for you, for your health.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here we have the concassé is almost ready. We don't want it to go all the way through because we're still going to let it cook with the arrowroots and sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
So we're going to at least allow them a little bit of time to absorb the sauce, get the spices in, and then for this incident we won't be using any spices. We'll just be using very common salt. So we're going to salt our concassé a little bit in advance. Just kidogo tu umbali.
Yeah, not too much salt again, because we understand.
Then for those who prefer a little bit of black pepper, like me, I think this is just my weakness.
Yeah, black pepper is everything.
Yeah, it's my weakness.
Yeah.
So there we have it. So once we've done that, we're going to now put this in.
Okay. For how long?
This we're going to saute for, we're going to let it simmer for at least 10 to 8 minutes.
Okay, all right, okay. But can one actually just eat it as it is?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, you can actually
recipe,
eat it as it is. There are
yeah.
actually some guys who prepare it this way and then they saute with onions and some maybe coriander.
Yeah.
There are guys who just have it the way it is plainly. Others cut it into different shapes and then they eat it that way. Like they make them like rings, so they end up looking like what do you call them, bhajias?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so
And
you can do whatever you want, but for today, of course.
For today, because
that is not the look we're going for. Okay, all right. So then 10 to 8 minutes, that should be ready. Okay.
So we're going to mix them up. Make sure imeingiana hapo vizuri. The reason as to why we're deep frying it is because when we come to frying it now the way we are frying it now, if it was actually boiled, it will actually decompose or deteriorate. So in a way that it's going to actually break off.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's deep fried, it maintains its initial posture.
Okay, all right. Posture. All right. New terms we're learning today. Okay, so then the watermelon are ready, so...
So what we're going to do, we're going just to add a little bit of water into this, because we also don't want it to burn at the bottom or stick.
Yeah, we want that thing to be thick, not burn. Yeah. Okay.
So once we're done with this, we are going to cover it.
And let it
we're just going to
simmer
let
for around
it simmer.
8 to 10 minutes, and then we should be good to go. Okay. All right.
That we can cover this, and then while that is actually taking place, we're going to have our water boiling to prepare now the poaching of the egg. But in the meantime, before we get there, we already have our watermelon. We have our beetroots, which are here. So we're going to chop these two.
Okay. Is there a specific shape that you like? But anyway, we'll just put it in the blender, so that's fine. We don't have to have it in a specific...
Because we're blending and then we're still straining.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we need it as fine.
Yeah, it's fine. So that is actually easier.
And then can we talk about the benefits of beetroot? Because I know I like my beetroot. Most of us actually, we put some of it in our fruit salad and all those things. But sometimes we don't really know the benefit. People tell you damu. Gives a damu.
No, it actually helps. It has qualities that actually help with the blood.
With blood, yes.
Yeah, but on top of that, like the vitamins found in beetroot are actually really good. They're healthy, so they can curb certain diseases, like because it's also it has the oxidizing factors. So it has the cancer. It can deal with the cancers. On top of that, it helps immunity in the system, and then. Hiyo mambo ya damu sasa, there's platelets in the blood that actually helps produce. So not that it is to that extreme, but it has that much effect.
It has some effect on the same, which is good, which is really, really good.
So now that we've done this, we're going to come to our blender. So like a magician, put yours inside.
And have this inside.
Pole pole too. Usually direct from the side.
Oh yeah. Like that? Okay.
So while she's doing that, we're going to check up on this.
And then there's a discussion that we were having with some of my colleagues on the aspect of which part of the watermelon is the healthiest. Is it the red part or is it the green part? So please help. Because most of them will be like, Winnie, you're lying. Because I tell them it's the green part.
Okay, for the nutritional aspect, you do the red. The green aspect actually gives you nutrition.
Okay.
I mean, fiber. It actually has a lot of fiber content, especially the white, that part which is actually in between the white and the green. It has actually a lot of fiber content.
Yeah. So see, I was right. Yeah. Most of them are like, you're lying. Okay. So should I put the beetroot in here as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please do.
And then are we going to put some water in there as well?
Yeah, we are going to put the water in the glass there. Okay. And then also at the same time, since we are trying to cut down on, if I may say, processed.
Yes.
Processed dishes. So what you're going to do instead, we're going to use honey.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of
sugar.
Yeah, so we drop our honey in there.
All right. And how much water are we talking about? Should I put like
Yeah, because we want to feel the concentration, because we're not actually mixing it with a lot of things.
Yeah.
So you can put less water so
Okay.
that this can actually
All
stand
right.
out.
Okay.
So there we have our honey.
Is that it? Should I add more?
Just add a little bit
A
more.
little bit. Okay.
You can actually just stop like half of that glass still.
Okay. All right.
So this should be ready.
Ooh, the potatoes are ready, and arrowroots.
The potatoes and arrowroots,
Okay.
they should be ready because they're already pre-cooked. And then what we're going to do, we're going to add a little bit of rosemary.
Ooh, rosemary has a really nice smell. Okay. All right. So can I blend this in the meantime, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing else we're adding.
No.
Okay.
You can just get started.
All right.
So what we're going to do, we're going to add some rosemary leaves. Just a very few, because this is a fresh rosemary is actually very strong. So kiasi tu kidogo kwa umbali. So there you have it. Give it a little bit of a toss.
This
There
looks
we-
really good.
So
This looks so good. All
So
right.
what you're going to do, I prepared a bowl for you. So you're going to actually just
Oh,
pour a little.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, just pour. That's enough.
Okay. And then we'll strain it.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then you
Oh yeah,
strain
because you don't want to eat. Don't want to take your juice with some things in there. It can be.
And then when you're
quite
straining,
annoying. Yeah.
to get the nutrients well, you kind of press it down.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So you have some. Okay. Instead of just having all the fiber up here.
And then after doing that, because this is going to cause blockage,
Okay.
you empty this first,
All right.
and then you pour
And then do
again.
the same. Okay. All right. This is something. Just a little, not too much again.
Yeah, just a little, pole pole. Oh, please tell me that is not rain.
It is on Valentine's Day. But it's
Oh, yeah.
okay. Blessings.
Blessings. Hey, there are ladies who are actually very angry right now. They're like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah?
I was supposed to be taken somewhere where it's
Yeah,
open.
and then it's
Yeah.
raining.
It's raining.
It's ruining our
Yeah.
day.
And then the guy even calls and cancels. Babe, nimekwama.
You know,
Kunanyesha sana, kuna jam.
No, it's not
Can-
an excuse. No, today we refuse. No.
Eh? No,
Nuh-uh.
today the guys are going to use that rain as a
As an
very strong
excuse.
excuse. Actually, they're going to, everything is going to be dependent
Yeah.
on that rain.
Or how about then they do what we're doing now? All right?
Which
Instead
is-
of just prepare something for.
Yeah, you have no idea how this rain is going to be used. Babe, I wanted to prepare for you what you were seeing on
But
TV.
now,
But unajua vile kunanyesha.
sijaenda soko hata.
Ule mama wa watermelon
Please
hayuko
don't. Come
leo.
on, no, please don't. That's not fair. Oh, the ladies, don't use that excuse.
We don't want to use the
Yeah,
excuse.
but
It's
it's
not
just-
like it's something that
it just
you
happens.
pre-plan. But the cost of today, the guys actually are going to incur more than they actually
Yeah.
spend on their own rent.
Oh, Lord.
Today.
Okay,
Just to prove,
okay.
that affection, that
Yeah.
love. But luckily, it only happens once a
But
once a
it's
year.
Once a year, yeah, exactly what I was about to say. You see, it happens just once a year, so it's okay. Spoil your person.
Sasa si when you tell us unapelekwa wapi
Mimi
ama
napelekwa. Mimi ni kama
guys
naona-
mteja.
ni kama mimi ni kama nitapewa hiyo excuse ya he trains.
Si utapewa
and
kama
then
uko sure hujapewa bado.
we started our day earlier, so let's wait. Let's see. Let's see. Or the men's conference, please don't do that to us.
No. Actually, the conference is very, very important.
Important. How?
We even having guest speakers from abroad. Kuna wase,
So to come and tell you what exactly?
kuna there are those things that only a man can teach another man.
Yeah. Okay.
No, those are actually what we are going to learn today.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this I can say we're done, but najua
Yeah.
utaweka ya mwisho because
Yeah, you know.
Save the best for last.
For last, yes. Plus, it has a lot of. Let me just. Yeah, it has a lot of. You see, the way they say the nutrients is actually dense at the bottom. Yeah.
I'm actually even
just
wondering,
used
do
that
we have
one.
extra guests? Below umeongeza.
You know?
There's someone you had invited and we are clueless.
No.
And there we have our juice.
Looks really, really good.
So,
really good.
What we're going to do, we're going to get a glass. This should be ready for serving.
Oh, yeah?
You can also use this mix to make a punch.
Yeah.
For those who are wondering what a punch is actually fruity cocktails,
Yeah.
which are usually served in parties.
But today we're going healthy, so we're just doing juice. Yeah.
Even if you
No
have to
cocktail.
drink, yeah,
Do punches, it's
do
fine.
punches, yeah, do something healthy, a healthy drink.
Okay.
We'll
all right.
forgive you.
Yeah, just for today. Oh, yeah, that looks really good.
So we have there beetroot and watermelon juice.
Yeah.
Mimi amesema yeye lazima yekewe angoje hata mayai
You know,
ipochiwe.
no. You tumekata, not today. Not today. Okay.
So to sprig it off,
Yeah.
we're going to just add a twig of rosemary on the side.
Yeah. Rosemary, I love rosemary. There's just something about the rosemary, you know, the smell and all those things that just makes a whole difference.
So what we're going to do, we're just going to slant it in and let it pop out from there.
Presentation, guys, presentation. We're trying to earn points today.
And then the next thing we're going to do,
Yeah.
we're going to boil our water. Just a little bit of water, because this is for poaching. So in this water, what we're going to add, we're going to add a little bit of vinegar.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to add a little bit of vinegar. At the same time, we're going to add some salt.
Okay. Vinegar, salt. Let me just add some bit of rosemary on this other one. You know, you're trying to, well done, sabotage. I'm trying to learn
I was planning on garnishing one. Now you see,
No.
with the orders coming in, I
Yeah.
have a feeling
Okay, so do I need to cut this part off?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Because me, I've just put the whole thing in there, you know.
So
You
we're
know
going
how
to
it
add in
is.
some vinegar here.
Okay.
Just kiasi, because vinegar, too much of it is strong, is going to change the taste. So just add a little bit.
Okay.
So after we've done some vinegar, we're going to do some salt.
Some salt, a little bit of salt. Okay.
And also, the good thing about salt in this circumstance, salt acts as an impurity in the water. So just like flour and sugar, it's actually, what do you say? It hastens, it fastens the process of the water boiling.
But why does it happen, especially when you're boiling your meat and then you add salt?
Because the
The
salt...
meat doesn't get ready on time. It takes
actually,
too long.
if you actually do the salt, it actually works better. Because when you do the salt, the first thing the salt does, it kind of extracts the water from the meat.
Yes.
So first of all, by extracting the water, that kind of makes the meat start already tenderizing.
Yeah.
And then now the steam that has actually been extracted now from the meat, instead of now adding water, it can cook now with that steam. All you just do is just seal it.
Okay.
And then the meat actually will be ready much faster than you
Yeah,
actually
because I've
anticipate.
had people complain like, oh, this takes too much time and all those things. All right, okay. And
So
then
we're going to prepare now our garnish. We're going to have a little bit of garnish.
take them into juliennes. Is that juliennes?
Yeah, this is
See?
Julien's.
I learned.
Hey,
I learned a
Corada.
little.
I'm even
Points,
surprised you've not
points.
said Juliet.
Points.
There's a guy hapa hivi, there's a guy who's taking notes. Asema, hey, kumbe Winnie doesn't just have a beautiful smile on set.
She
Anajua
knows.
kukaranga hizi vitu, sitakufa njaa.
Okay, so we have that boiled, and then we'll put in our eggs, and then
so
actually we're almost done.
Actually,
This is
we
so
are
easy.
done.
This
So
is
like
really easy.
what is going to happen, we're going to let the water actually boil, get to a certain level of boiling. Because once we actually crack the egg, we're going to crack the egg in
then
the water.
in the water.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
not going to crack it like a candle. We're going to crack it in the water. So like we just needed to get that coating, vizuri, yani the outer, the egg white. It turns all white, puffs up well, and then the egg yellow gets like mildly done.
Okay.
So when it's mildly done,
We'll
it's
be good to
mildly
go.
done. You will be good to go.
Okay. All right. See, this is very easy and healthy. That is what we're going today. We're going with today. Easy and very, very healthy. Because you do not want to get your person,
So what we're going to do, we're going to create very, very thin slices, juliennes, of the green bell pepper. And then what we're going to do, we are going to actually put them in this so that it actually cooks out with the steam. Yeah, we didn't actually add it during the cooking process, but during this stage it's still good because we're still going to warm it a little bit.
Oh yeah, so in the a little bit of heat or steam. Let's
Just
say.
a little bit of heat or steam.
Okay.
This is actually okay.
Should we be doing this, let's say, when we're preparing all the other, I mean, let's say whatever meal that one is preparing, and they would want to put in the bell peppers, put it last so that it...
The bell peppers you're
Yes,
going
with
to
the
put them
steam.
last is going to be very highly dependent on the sizes that you cut them.
Okay.
If you cut them extremely thin, that means they're going to get ready really fast.
Really fast, yes.
Yeah, but if you cut them like the cubes and all that, it's actually preferable if you get them in the middle of the meal
Okay.
when you're about to start the simmering, or slightly before if they are really, really big.
Okay, all right, got it. See, guys, tips, very useful tips to earn you more points, you know. And remember, of course, today, being Valentine's Day, we want to show you tips on preparing very easy, very healthy, and very tasty breakfast for your loved one. So our juice is ready. Like, we have everything else ready. It's just that the water needs to boil, put in our eggs, and we're good to go.
Yeah,
okay.
so in the meantime...
However, Chef Anis, let me just... unapelekana wapi? You're saying mvua imeisha. So no excuse.
Me, I was trying to focus on the food. Why bringing me? Like,
unapelekana wapi?
sasa, mimi sasa ndapelekana wapi na niko hapa?
See, excuse.
Kama ko serious, akuje hapa
Akuje
akule.
hapa. Oh yeah, by the way, you
like,
actually
that's double work.
Ushamaliza kazi.
Nipike hapa and then I go cook for her. Yeah.
Na kikuja nipate hapa, si pia mimi niko kwa side.
Hiyo saa mtabeef tu yenyewe. Hapo Mr. Ingilia. Mimi nitakuwa
vile kulia tashinda.
Mimi nimepika. Ule atafikia chakula mbele ya mwingine.
Okay. All right. Okay,
so we have our water is almost ready.
Almost ready. Okay. Okay.
So the only thing that now we are left to do now is plating. So we're actually chosen a plate for this. So what we're going to use a ring cutter to actually shape.
Okay.
So we're going to center that, and then the poached egg is going to come on top.
On top. Oh, yeah.
And then we're going a little bit of drizzle. Ile tu madoido tu lazima zikuwe tu.
Presentation. You know, we eat with our eyes first before we actually
using our
taste
mouth,
it. Yeah, and we're trying to get guys points. So, but what if someone does not have, let's say, the string?
You can even use a bowl. You can use something small. All you're gonna do is in case you feel like it's going to stick, you can just get a little bit of cooking oil and then just rub it around it. Yeah, but a very thin layer so that when you actually remove it, the cooking oil does not actually overrun there.
Oh yeah. Got it. Got it. Okay, use whatever you have at home. Basically, that is what we're saying. Use
and then you can
have.
use different, something or even a different shape, a different style,
use
depending
hearts. Use
on your
something that has
presentation.
like a heart. You know, you're trying to express yourself.
Tell
those also how much you love them.
Those baking ninis, they actually zanga shape.
Yes, the ones that have the heart shaped.
Yeah.
You can get creative, people. Get creative. It's Valentine's Day.
So right now we are going to break our egg. So you want it to flow as little as possible in the water. So when you're releasing it, release it as close to the water as possible.
Ooh. Okay.
So we can do maybe another one.
All right. Yeah.
Let's have a backup. And then while doing this, watch out and be very careful to ensure that the egg yolk, the egg yellow, doesn't break off.
Yeah.
Because we need it compact.
Hey. Okay.
So right now maybe we can just seal kidogo too.
All right. So how long is it supposed to be?
That is going to take around 5 to 6 minutes at the most. So while that is actually happening, I wanted us to actually come back here. So here, we're just going to warm this a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we're going to plate it.
Okay.
And then there's a reason as to why we wanted it to come out thick.
Okay.
Because in the process of plating, we want it to have that glutinous effect whereby itakuja ishikane. Yeah.
Okay.
And then another thing I almost forgot. The arrowroots and the sweet potatoes, they all have that anti-gluten effect. So if you're someone who has gluten issues and you're wondering about the kind of foods you can have that are actually anti-gluten, this is actually
you can
really
do
good.
the arrowroots and the sweet potatoes.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
All right. Okay.
So we just warm it a little bit.
Ooh, that looks really good.
So it looks like you know, it looks like beef cubes, but you know,
Yeah.
different colors, variations.
Yeah.
And then you can like when you're preparing now yourself at home, you can always add in different things. You can
yeah.
you know, you can play out with it.
Yeah.
You don't have to be strict or stringent with it that, you know, it lazima
In the EV, no, you can put a little bit of pepper in there for some fire, you know.
Yeah, papaya.
Get creative, get creative.
Yours is excessively creative.
But
so,
yeah.
so these ones are almost ready.
Okay.
While those are getting ready, we are going
We
to...
can actually plate this all right? At the center. Or do you want it at the side?
No, I actually wanted to create room for this.
Okay, all right.
So what we're going to do...
That looks really good. Really, really good. Thanks for the lesson. I'm actually going to try this.
So
Yeah.
we're going to fit it in.
Ooh. The aroma in the kitchen.
On V-Day.
Yes.
By the way, you know, when you call it V-Day, it sounds like D-Day, like, you know, it's the end of the day starting tomorrow.
No, it's actually starting. It actually started. Yeah. And you see, it's the Valentine weekend, so it ends on Sunday.
Now
Yeah,
we're
so for those of you,
celebrating, we're
excuse your
celebrating
rate.
this like at your national holiday.
Yeah, since today is Friday, and then we have tomorrow, and then we have Sunday.
Yeah.
So we have 3 days to
But don't be,
celebrate
really don't be
Valentine's Day.
telling people like that. You know, there are guys who are going to fail to show up to work. They're thinking it's a
And then
national
it's
holiday.
it's a national holiday.
And then
No,
when they
go
go
to
back
work.
to work,
Go to work. But
why didn't you come?
you know, Winnie says,
Nilikuwa nimepeleka Madam Valentine's.
don't do that. Please go to work, but ensure that you treat your person 3 days. So today's Friday, and then we have Saturday, and then we have Sunday. So we have the whole weekend. So if they're not even able to prepare this today, you can still do this tomorrow. You can still do this on Sunday. You're not going to work on Saturday and Sunday, right? So you can do this at home. Remember, it's healthy, it's very simple, and very quick. And this looks really good. I'm hungry.
Forget what Winnie is telling you. Valentine's is today.
It ends today.
Story ya kupikiwa saa to Sunday.
Why?
Unless your dude was taking you out na ado amewin kwa bet.
Yeah.
Ngoja weekend ndio kuna mabet kali.
But we're trying to save them some money. So wasitupeleke out. Just do this at home.
Now
We'll
you see
still
the
appreciate it.
The other problem,
I promise.
with having them do this
Yeah.
for the first time,
Yeah.
itakuja sasa ikwe kawaida. Every Valentine's, babe.
You know.
Let me do me.
Okay. All right. So this is so our poached eggs are ready.
Yeah, the poached eggs are ready.
Okay.
So we're just gonna have them out.
Ooh. Okay.
So key here was to ensure that the yellow was retained.
It doesn't. Yeah. All right.
So because of presentation.
Presentation is key, man. Yeah. You. Okay.
You know, like for example, yeah, even the way someone wraps a present,
Yeah.
will even tell you whether you're psyched to get that present
It's
or not.
so true. It is so true.
So we may just
It's
put this
so
back
true.
in just for a little
Okay.
while. Kidogo tu.
And then have this out. This is really, really easy and very healthy. And I think I like the fact that we've used everything that is, you know, sort of organic, natural. Today, no spices. It's just so on point.
Just healthy. We're trying to, we're trying to increase the life.
You know?
You talk about the life nini?
Lifespan.
The
of a
lifespan,
person.
yeah. Because, there are countries like, China and all these other places where I understand guys even live for even as old as 80s, 90s.
Yep.
Hapa
It's
hivi
the food.
Kenya.
It's in the food they eat.
So we're
Look
going to
at that.
lift this really slowly.
Oh.
And boom.
See?
There we have it.
Guys, they look really, really nice. Yeah.
So imeshikana vizuri. So once that is in that position, sorry, there was a plate I had here, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a poached egg.
And then
So,
we put it
Yeah, you lean it on the side kidogo because pande ya juu inaweza kuwa na maji. At least strain it drain.
Okay.
So this is what we're going to put up here. Ooh.
Okay.
No, it's okay, it's okay.
Hey. Points, guys, points. Look at that on your screen. Tell me, isn't that what what you would want.
And then cleanliness and presentation is vital.
It's very, I know, right? You don't want to take some food and then
Unachoma
Show
picha ati
picture,
na
but like earn points.
bana, after doing all the work.
Yeah.
So we're going to finish off with a little bit of garnishing. This is actually where the carrots are coming in, trying to retain that healthiness. We're not trying to take away from the carrots themselves by cooking them, deteriorating the the vitamins concept in it. So having them raw actually ensures you get more vitamin A, which is actually very good for your eyes and especially for kids.
Oh yeah, very.
For their growth and everything. So once we have that, a little bit of carrot spread out vizuri, we're going to finish off with some rosemary petals to give it that finesse. Otherwise itakuwa tu na rangi moja.
Rangi tu moja. We don't want that. Remember, we're trying to earn points in all ways. Cooking kwanza in itself, and then sasa presentation and the taste.
So there are those people who wamejiwekea New Year resolutions. Ati mimi by end of 2020 lazima nikuwe nimeoa watoto kama 15. Now if you want to do all that stuff, you need to start pre-planning from here.
Pre-planning from here. You're right. Okay, look at that.
So there, you have your arrowroots and sweet potatoes.
This is like 7-star experience. Forget even 5-star. This is like 7-star experience. Yeah.
See now, like this is actually this meal. If you actually do a costing, this meal will not even surpass something like 400 shillings or even 300. From buying the ingredients to the energy that you're going to use, the labor, which is you.
Yes.
Like if I costed it as a chef, and I was supposed to put it on a menu, it probably wouldn't even go beyond around 350 shillings, inclusive of the juice.
See.
So like.
And
guys,
you get to enjoy this at home.
Then guys wale wako mtaani, the advantage of this, you can easily get all these ingredients kwa mama wa mboga.
You don't even have to go sokoni. Unampigia unamwambia nakuja nikatie mboga. You can easily get all those things. And plus it's not complicated. I like the fact that we went simple. Because again, I think the most thing that probably scares most guys in the kitchen is like, where do I start, first of all? And then what do I use and all those things. So the fact that we used everything that's easy, readily available, and all organic, if I must say.
Yeah.
Points earned, points earned already. Okay, all right, so we need to taste this.
For guys, you see when you prepare such a meal for your lady, at least anaona, huyu jamaa anajaribu increase my life expectancy. So kuna venye, probably hata kuna nia ya kunioa. Because a guy who doesn't want to marry you, atakupeleka tu chipo kuku.
Don't do that. Don't do it. We're not telling you to do that during this Valentine's Day. No, it's a no. Okay, so we need to taste this. Who will do us the honors? Should I?
You're asking me the other one here.
Okay.
You still want to bring someone from India?
Yeah. Yes, ndio watuambie how it is. Okay.
Wewe basi umeahidiwa kuku kule unaenda.
Ndio.
Itakuwa ni
like, okay. All right. So let me just go on this side because I'm really I love arrowroots. So acha tu ni demolish from the side.
Sema ukweli, nyumbani hamna shamba ya arrowroots.
We have it. Uko ndo ilianza. Uko ndo the love ilianza.
Ni kama mtu amoya kusema anapenda mchele. Like unataka apende nini ingine.
It's really good.
And then maybe you can try
this is really...
Try the egg maybe.
The egg, yeah. Let's demolish it from the... So unajua wewe, anyway, chef, acha tu niharibu kila kitu. I'm sorry, guys.
Actually, you should demolish it from the top. Hapo.
Yeah, hapo.
You see, it's still like a little bit runny.
Yeah. And I like the fact that it's not too runny. So, It's good.
Yeah, well, at least
Listen.
At least you hata kuseme leo you kosa plans for Valentine's, you're sorted.
I'm sorted. This is really good.
Chalia Winnie, unaweza zima simu sasa.
You know?
Weka enda mteja.
No.
Yeye ameshashughulikiwa.
No, listen. You know, I'm one of those people who be like, poached eggs, runny eggs. No.
Actually, they're really healthy.
But it is really good.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Because it's not really firm. It's kind of smooth when you're actually chewing it, so it actually just flows in your mouth.
This is really good. I like it. I like it. This any points squawk points for Chef Honest.
Shukran.
I mean up points. No, seriously though, this is really really good, and I like the way everything tastes fresh. You know, everything
the
just
juice.
tastes fresh. Ooh, juice. How could I?
I was even wondering, after fighting for it with life and clothes and nails.
This is so on point. I like it. I like everything that we've done today. So, Chef, thank you very much. This is good. Where may earn points? Lots of points today. But this is really, really good. It's very tasty. Tastes really, really fresh. It's very healthy. And most of all, we used everything that is organic. So, guys, tell me that you can't do this and you'll be lying. All right? So, it's very easy.
And then
takes less time.
Acha niwachekeshe before we just leave. The funny thing, this pulp, for those who might actually consider throwing this away, you can actually eat that.
Oh, yeah, by the way,
that
you
is
actually
fiber.
can.
Yeah, that's a
you
lot of
actually
fiber
can.
there.
Really good for you, especially for guys with issues in constipation. This is good for you. Please, you know, Sindio, So guys, we have to say goodbye. Thank you so much for staying with us on this Feel Good Friday, Valentine's edition. We had an amazing time, you know, with Chef Honest, helped us prepare really nice and gave us very useful, you know, tips. And of course, DJ Xanic, you know, with some really nice music that keeps us in the mood for the rest of the day. So thank you so much for staying with us. My name is Winnie Lubembe. Wishing you happy Valentine's. If you've not received flowers, ladies, do not worry. They are on their way. They are on the way. And for the guys, please do something. Come on, do something.
They are not on the way.
They are
Guy
on the way.
has
Do
gone for
something.
conference.
And
Ako
of
seminar.
course, join us next week where we'll be having, you know, we'll be showing you another interesting tip for healthy and very tasty. And most of all, easy to make breakfast. So it's a wrap. Goodbye. God bless. Happy Valentine's. And of course, we'll leave you with some really nice music from DJ Addis. Okay, do you want to say, shout out to your Valentine's? Okay, go ahead.
I was asking the guys who are going for the seminar, you mind, like, you know, pinning me the
Do you know what?
Or ping me the location.
We are done. We are done. He's not going anywhere.
And then please ping me the location. I'm en route.
Yeah.
And then if you want to get me for catering services, consulting, anything of that sort, please call me on 0712905665. Or also you can check me up on Facebook, Ernest Dibs Odege. Don't ask the Dibs stack from high school.
Okay.
And then on Instagram, you can get me on Chef Ernest _87.
All right, Chef. Okay, goodbye, guys. God bless. Happy Valentine's. Enjoy your day.